Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for others to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water, a hot cup of tea or coffee, cozy sweater or a blankie. Also, if you have items at home and would like to smudge, it's a great time to grab those items as well as we begin to ignite the healing within. Relatives, if you don't have items at home to smudge, that's okay. We'll send you some cleansing and healing energy your way. Oh, I need a new source of flame. Let me grab it. I got one right here. Okay. I guess my lighter died. That's okay. Aloha, kakahiaka, hello and good morning. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer here at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., where we will always breathe, stretch, explore ways of integrating self-care and wellness into our daily lives. And we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness team members who are here with us. But first, Kathy, I see you. Good morning. Thank you for being with us. The first name I see today on our thread. How you doing, Kathy? I hope you're doing well. So I want to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness Institute team member who is here moderating. We have one of our interns who is actually a social work intern, Mariah. Pleasure to start the morning with you, Mariah. How are you doing today? And when you see the HIR Wellness Institute commenting, that is Mariah today moderating. I do want to let you know that the HIR Wellness Institute, all of our services are completely free. We will never ask you for money. We will never ask you for a penny. We will never ask you for an insurance card. That is of no interest to us. The interest that we have is helping walk alongside you on your path and journey of wellness and self-care. And because of that, our staff includes a diverse array of people who can be there for you to support you uniquely on your healing journey. We have social workers, social work interns, therapists and counselors and interns, occupational therapists, counselors and interns, and community healers as well. So, sorry, my eye's a little itchy. Um, I do want to let you know that all of the people that we have available to our staff is truly here to serve you, relatives. I'm glad you're doing well, Mariah. Wonderful to hear. And Kathy, great to hear that life is great. We also have our occupational therapist with us here today, Claudia Meyer Smith. Good morning, Claudia. Pleasure and honor as always to spend the mornings with you. Thank you, Claudia, and thank you to everyone for taking the time out of your day, these mornings to reflect on where we're at on our path and journey of wellness and self-care. And together right now, what we're doing is practicing what our founder and CEO has coined and developed as community activated medicine. That's what we're doing right now. We're participating in a situation where people are the medicine. And if people are the medicine, that means not only do we have the ability to allow ourselves to lean into others and to support others when they lean into us on their journey, but it also means that we have the ability within our own minds, bodies, hearts, and spirits to do our own part of our own healing. Essentially, that means, relatives, that all of us have a healer within us. And when we reflect and honor that, we can help to inspire and encourage that part of us that sometimes goes a little bit to the back burner or gets stifled inside. So I'm here to remind us, I'm here to remind each other that we all have that innate healer within us. And we can do that together in community activated medicine. Claudia wishes us all a beautiful day. Thank you, Claudia. You as well on this gorgeous, well, so far it looks gorgeous fall day. The weather has been really, really lovely. Kathy says, amazing group at HIR. Love you guys and all that you do. Thank you, Kathy. We're here for you. We are here to support each and every one of you. Truly, that's what we're passionate about. We're here to walk with you, relatives. You're not alone. Good morning, Terrell. Wonderful to see you as well. Terrell says she's feeling tired today and need to boost her energy. Lots to do today. Terrell, get it. But also too, Terrell, the tiredness, we can nurture that as well too, right? So Terrell and everybody else watching, if you care to share, please let us know. How are you doing today? Let's go ahead and hi Marissa, good morning to you too. Great to see you. Relatives, whether you're new to these videos or you've been coming from the start and everything in between, let's take a moment as we do every morning. Let's take stock of where we're at. How are you feeling today? And based on that, what can we do today to support that? What are some moments of self-care that you can do today to support that? Some of our relatives say they're feeling great. I love to hear that. Some of our relatives are feeling really tired today. And that will happen, right? In the ebb and flow of our path and journey of life, which is both synchronous with our path and journey of self-care and wellness. So if you're really tired, your self-care choices today can look vastly different than somebody's feeling energized and ready to go. The beauty of it, relatives, is you get to choose. You are the master. You are the captain. You are the leader. You are the composer, the conductor of this path. And that's not to say in that journey that we won't have boulders in our way, that we need to decide if we're going to run and jump over, if we're going to push, if we're going to walk around, or we might even just lean into that boulder and sit down and rest. Kathy says she's doing great and she needs peace today. Her schedule is double booked. Thanks for sharing, Kathy. And if you're having that busy day, I'm hoping you can find a minute or two moments where you can stop and take a breather. for our relatives out there. And it seems like today everyone's feeling great, or generally there might be some exhaustion, but I'm so happy to see that overall relatives are doing okay and doing well, in fact. Marissa says she's feeling blessed. She has her grandson visiting. He makes my mornings amazing. Oh, Marissa, I'm so happy for you. Thank you for sharing. So, although many of our relatives today are doing great, and that is so wonderful to hear, I want to take a moment to speak to our relatives who aren't doing okay today. I will always be here to remind you, relatives, if you're not doing okay. It is okay not to be okay. But if you're not doing okay, please reach out to someone that you can talk to, someone that you trust. Maybe that's a friend or a family member, or it might even be a coworker. And you can also call our Cares Warm line. We're open every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or text our Cares Warm line. And within 24 hours, you'll be connected to one of our Cares Warm counselors. I know them all personally, as does our staff. They are amazing. They're wonderful people. And they are passionate about walking alongside you on your path and journey of wellness, self-care, and mental health. Not only can our Cares counselors provide you with emotional support, judgment-free, stigma-free, you can talk to them about what's on your mind. Maybe you're worried or anxious, feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're even sad or upset. Or it could be that you don't even know what you're feeling and you just need to talk it out. They can provide you with that emotional support. You can lean into them. And they can also provide you with resources that may be helpful to you. So relatives, I want to remind you, sometimes it feels like a lonely place. I know it does. But you are not alone. And we can get through this together. Our path and journey of wellness and self-care ebbs and flows like the ocean tides, like the peaks and valleys of a mountain, and like the waxing and waning of the moon. I see here many of our relatives are feeling great today, but not all of us are, and that's okay. And that's why community activated medicine can be such a powerful thing for us in many ways, but in some ways, because when we have relatives who are feeling energized, who are feeling able and capable, who are feeling the positivity and hope of their futures and their days and their lives, those are the relatives who have the strength to be leaned on. Those are the relatives who can help uplift those of us who just don't have that in us for the time being. Terrell says, I'm coordinating a virtual conference that starts tomorrow. I describe my feelings as scary slash excited. Terrell, that is so exciting. So exciting for you. And it sounds like um, that this may be a new platform or journey of embarking on for your wave presentation in conferencing. I'm imagining this may be true. Terrell, if that is so, I can see the excitement. I can imagine how excited and also how the unknown can be scary. It reminds me, though, of our seven grandfather teachings and the courage that you have. You'll do great, Terrell. Claudia says, grandchildren are the best. I don't have grandchildren yet. My son is 11. I hope one day I do. But I will say that my grandma meant the world to me. And I will also say that when I see my mom with her grandchildren, my son and my nieces and my nephews, I don't think there is anything in her life that she loves more than being with her grandchildren. All right, relatives, before we get into our stretches, I didn't make tea today because generally I love to share tea. I love tea. Love it, love it, love it. But I've been choosing to sleep in because I've been working. I love both of my jobs passionately, but I work, have been this season and much of this year will be working excessive work hours to accomplish a project that I have. Um, I'll actually share, relatives. I'm writing a production. So I'm writing music and choreographing dances, and I'm doing all these things. And the HIR Wellness Institute is my daytime passion. And at night, I switch hats from being an advocate and a healer, and then I put my guitar over my shoulder and I start writing script, and I start choreographing hand motions and movement, um, and meet with other artists and collaborators and executives, and it's amazing, but it's exhausting. So because of that, I have been adjusting my wellness routine, just as I hope you do, relatives. When you take inventory the night before or the day of, and you wake up and you're like, "What am I doing today?" And just listen to your body, listen to your heart. For me, wellness now means, because of my demanding work schedule, that I sleep in as long as I can. And a lot of the times that means that I am unable to make tea. So I have this here. I didn't make tea today, but I have some filtered water. I have some cut up lemons from dinner last night, so that was a great time saver for me. And I'm gonna make lemon water. And while I do that, I thought it would be awesome to share with you some of the positive benefits of lemon water. And if any of your relatives out there love lemon water, I know that I do. It is one of my favorite things to drink. It just, it's so refreshing and cleansing, and it's an excellent way to start your day. I'm literally just going to squeeze the lemon into my water with my fingers. But according to healthline.com, which I love this website when I'm looking up quick reference for the benefits of any sort of natural medicine that I'm incorporating into my daily routine, because remember, the Creator gave us amazing medicines, and that can mean that, you know, when oftentimes our natural medicines are very potent. And so if you are going to start a routine or integrating some natural medicines in your life, it's always good to speak to your doctor or healthcare professional first, particularly if you're taking medications, because sometimes these medicines can have adverse effects um, if we take them in conjunction with medication. So always do check. But anyways, the other reason I like Healthline is because they always link research. They don't make statements without linking it to research. and it's always reviewed and written by a healthcare professional and then reviewed by another healthcare professional. So, but it does promote hydration. And citrus, any citrus really, is very high in vitamin C, which is a primary antioxidant that helps protect cells from damaging free radicals. So basically, what that means is throughout our days we get exposed to toxicity, like things in the environment like exhaust from cars, or toxic things in our cosmetics or in our hair products, in the soaps that we use, our cleaning supplies, in the food that we eat. We also get exposed to plastic toxicity, or it's limitless the amount of toxic things that are around us at all times. So what vitamin C does, which by the way we need it every single day, is it acts as a way to as an antioxidant to protect our cells from that damage. So, and that's also too why when people have colds, where we take vitamin C. It can also actually help to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and even lower blood pressure. Interestingly enough, um, citrus lemon isn't top on the list for vitamin C. Um, However, the juice of one lemon does provide about 18.6 milligrams of vitamin C, and the daily recommended is 65 to 90. So, other things with vitamin C, of course, are citrus, fruit, broccoli. Pretty much, if it's a natural plant relative, when you eat it, it's going to give you a boost of vitamin C. Vitamin C is also known to support weight loss. And so, hey, if you're trying to lose some weight, if that's part of your self care routine or part of your goals, definitely add some lemon water to your life. It also has the antioxidant in lemon water also helps offset the negative effects on glucose levels and improves insulin, the two main factors in the development of type 2 diabetes. So, lemon water, guys, weight loss. Also, it improves the quality of your skin. What's awesome about vitamin C, one of the many awesome things, is it can actually help reduce skin wrinkling and dry skin from aging and damage from the sun. Um, One thing that we do know is that when your skin loses moisture, it becomes dry and prone to wrinkles. So, citrus based drinks actually help prevent the development of wrinkles. Awesome. It also aids in digestion and freshens breath. If you eat some garlic bread, or yours like you had a fish fry or something, eat some citrus. Drink something with citrus in, and it can really help counteract things like garlic, onions, or fish. And notice often too when we eat fish, of course, there's going to be lemon in there. That's just a tradition, right? Um, Also, a glass of lemon water after meals and first thing in the morning can stimulate saliva and help prevent dry mouth, which helps fight bad breath. You can have a fresh mouth with lemon water. Interesting too, citric citric acid in lemons can help with kidney stones, um, which is interesting because citrus is acidic, but it paradoxically makes urine less acidic and may even break up small stones. So it can really help flush out kidney stones. Wow, relatives, that's a lot. That's a lot of information, but I cannot begin to tell you how healing it is to drink some lemon water, especially if you don't have time in the morning for tea, or you can add lemon to your tea. So, cheers to all of our amazing relatives out there, to all of you, to your wellness and to your health. Good morning, Forrest. So glad to see you. So glad you're here with us. I'm doing good today. I had dinner at midnight last night, though. That's where I'm at in life. But um, I'm so happy because mahalo ke akua, thanks to the creator. For some reason, I think it's the uplift we have here. I feel really good this morning despite the lack of sleep. Kathy says, "Oh, thank you, Kathy." She says, "I have a voice of an angel." You know what's funny, Kathy? I'm in a one of my projects. I'm in a performing group called Ocean Rush, and we do original music, and then we do covers like pop, rock, um, reggae, jazz, Hawaiian, traditional and contemporary Hawaiian music, lots of island music. And the lead singer in our group, her name is Angel. And she's actually, we call each other hula sisters. When you dance hula together for a lifetime, we always call our the people who dance hula with us, they're called our ohana, or our family. And so, interestingly enough, coincidentally, the lead singer in our band, her name is Angel. So it made me think of that. Anyways, with all these lemons, you know what you can do with these leftover lemons? I never throw them away. I just take a spray bottle, a glass spray bottle, and push these rinds, cut them up, put them right into the spray bottle with some water, and or even some essential oils. And I haven't bought in chemicals to clean house in over a decade. Yeah, I never buy chemicals. I just have, instead of throwing them away. And then also too, you can put them in compost, or I put my lemon rinds in my down my garbage disposal. It makes it smell fresh and amazing. So lots of options for that lemon. Kathy's requesting info to share with others. Thanks so much, Kathy. If you're interested, Leah, our founder, always supports the projects that all of us do at the HIR Wellness Institute, because many of us have very multifaceted, like our job situations. Um, and so Leah always supports our promotion. The nonprofit that I founded is called Nahale Cultural Arts Center, aka Nahale Studios, Nahale Studios. And yeah, all right, thanks for the promotion. All right, relatives, let's get into some deep breathing. Deep breathing is one of the fastest and most efficient ways to practice self-care and wellness. I always say that in our modern life, in our Western worlds, our minds are at the forefront. This is the busiest part of our existence, oftentimes. It creates the ability to get all the things that we need done and to multitask. But what happens as our mind becomes overactive, because we're balancing all these different things in life. We have our job or our other job or our family. We have to take care of our children or our grandchildren, our parents, our spouses. We have to go to get groceries. We have to pay bills. We have to fix our car. We have to buy a car. We have to take the bus. We have homework. We have, you name it. And that, as our mind is trying to hit all these different things, it just starts cycling and cycling, and we're balancing, and then we begin to worry, and then we begin to doubt, and then we begin to overthink, and then the negativity of the negative self-talk sets in, and next thing you know, we're in a rabbit hole of worry and anxiety and feelings of being a not enough. And but with deep breathing, we can immediately come to our center, ground us, and in that quiet, we become conscious of what's always been there. Our spirit, our heartbeat is able to speak. And in that quietness, we can remember that our spirit is innately there, all loving and healing. So let's deep breathe, relatives. In through the nose for 4, out of the mouth for 6. As we breathe in, our bellies expand. We'll take in all that healing energy, bring it towards those heavy thoughts, or that weight that's pulling on your heart, or those feelings that you're not enough, or those feelings of fear, those feelings of anger and resentment and sadness. Let that healing energy dissolve, wash over it, and then we'll exhale as our bellies contract and release. Are you ready, relatives? Here we go. Deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale. Bring that healing energy. Wash over your body and release anything that's not serving you. Deep inhale and exhale. Let's take a deep inhale as we bring the arms out. Oh, you might yawn. Bringing one arm across, rolling the wrist, stretching the shoulder and upper back. Other side. And exhale. Cheryl says she drank warm lemon water a lot when her throat and voice was first healing. I have scar tissue on my vocal cord. She says it was very helpful. Oh, thank you for sharing, Terrell. Arm out in front, stretching the forearm and the wrist. If you don't like that, roll the wrist here or choose another stretch. So that helps, Terrell. I'm glad to hear. Yep, warm liquids on the throat are good, particularly if they don't have caffeine. Deep inhale, clasping those fingers out and up. And other side. Deep inhale. Stretching the tricep, other side. Pushing down with the other hand, stretching the tricep. I'm glad to hear that helped, Cheryl. Looking side to center. I know musicians too. Are you a musician, Cheryl? Musicians often can deal with the issue of nodes on our vocal cords if we are singing improperly or in a way that can damage our voice. So looking down gently towards our lap and up towards the ceiling, stretching the neck. And one more time. How'd that feel, relatives? Every time we meet, I like to share my ancestral teachings, known as Kealoha Mahina, or the Path of the Moon. So these are my ancestral teachings of the moon. And in my ancestral beliefs and teachings, there's a different moon every day of the month. Interestingly enough, the end of the year, or the end of October, really is the transition into a different year. So for Hawaiians, this would be like our new year coming up in the next 2 weeks. The reason I share these ancestral teachings of the moon with you is because this is what I've been taught, and culture to me is a way of healing. There's many ways to healing, but to me, my culture has had a huge impact on me for my wellness, and maybe it has for you too. So relatives, if any of you out there care to share on your teachings, cultural or ancestral teachings on anything we talk about, you are so welcome to do that. We will honor that. Because the beauty of our self-care, just as in the beauty of our culture, is it is a diverse, it is the diversity is limitless, but it's always beautiful. So feel free to share. But anyways, we're in a really interesting phase of the moon. Yesterday we were in the moon called Kane, and Kane is one of our four major Hawaiian gods. Kane yesterday is who we honored in the way that Kane is made in the form of man, of humans, and also a bringer of fire. Yesterday was a day of reflection and a day of honoring people, which was awesome because it was also Indigenous Peoples Day. However, today we're in the moon, or the moon called Lono. So yesterday was a day of reflection. We did not fish, we did not plant. It was completely dedicated to prayer, which really meant that, for me yesterday, although I have an exceptionally busy work schedule, I actually, for the first time in a long time, cooked a from scratch dinner, um, spent time listening to music, and just being happy, because sometimes we put our happiness on the back burner. Like, no, we're too busy working, we're too busy worrying, we're too busy. Well, yesterday I said, no, I'm too busy being happy to work. I'm too busy being with my family. The work that I have to do is always going to be there. And I even have really strict deadlines this week. I'm like, you know what? If you don't, it's like, just like a car. When it goes on E, you cannot make the car drive just because you want it to. And our body and our spirit is the same way. When it needs to be satiated and nourished, we can't, we cannot, we just cannot, like, our body will begin to not be able to function. Our thoughts won't be clear. We'll get exhausted. We'll try to compensate by caffeinating or ingesting a lot of sugar, or whatever we do. And so yesterday's moon in Kane was beautiful because I just took the time to enjoy and to celebrate being an Indigenous woman, and being who I am, and to embrace that with my family. But today we're in the moon Lono. Lono is one of our four major Hawaiian gods as well. Today, as we celebrate Lono, Lono is a god of peace, a god of agriculture and abundance. Today, if you're going out fishing, at least for the Hawaiian teachings, it's not a good day for fishing. We don't fish today. No fishing, love ole. We don't fish today. But for our farming, mahi'ai, we could plant today gourds. Makes me think of pumpkins and melons and squash. Southeastern Wisconsin, I think we're pretty much done with that. We're more or less just harvesting, but you may be in an area where, if you can and do choose to plant today, gourd fruits and vegetables are perfect. We're also going into the middle of this week, into the new moon phases, which it will start again. So, and I share this wisdom with you, relatives, because culture is medicine. It's one of the many types of medicine. And if it helps you, if you want to try and integrate it into your routine, that's great. And if not, that's okay. Terrell says definitely not a musician. I did remember a teacher mentioning it way back from high school. I dissolved peppermint candy in warm water while I was still in the hospital. Very helpful just before respiratory treatments and therapy. Thank you for sharing, Terrell. Yes, peppermint. It's amazing. An amazing medicine. Kathy says, that's awesome. You are so busy taking care of others. You deserve time too. Thanks, Kathy. And relatives, you deserve time too. And I know sometimes it seems impossible. Like I can't possibly. I'm just too busy. I have too much going on. I can't possibly enjoy life. It actually sounds funny when I say it out loud because my partner will look at me on the weekend and he's like, "Are you is that what you're doing all weekend?" I'm on the couch. I'm like, "Well, I have a grant to write. I have to get this done. I just." And he's like, "Really? This is you all weekend?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like looking at me smiling and I'm like, "I'm busy." But no, it's so true. You two relatives. Remember, the Creator didn't put us here to just work it and be stressed out. I know this for the fact that the Creator gave us chocolate. Creator gave us um, beautiful things. You can go for a walk outside. Look at the birds. Think of the taste of honey. These are things that when we experience them, they're a reminder of yes, yes, we are here to also experience joy and pleasure. Now, you can make joy and pleasure your self care and wellness as long as it serves your highest good, as long as it's supporting you in a way that you choose, and as long, the most important part of enjoyment and pleasure is that you don't feel guilty. Is it self care when you're sitting down with your family at a beautiful dinner and feeling like you should be in front of your computer reaching a deadline? I can't answer that for you, relatives, but it's something to think about. Cheryl says the Creator gave us coffee too, and cream. Before we go, I do want to share just an affirmation or two. This I got from Pinterest, positive affirmations for staying the course. Feel free to internalize this, repeat it in your mind, or say it out loud. I am worthy of everything good in life. I deserve to be happy. I am worthy of everything good in life, and I deserve to be happy. Yes, you are, and yes, you do. So let me ask you, we know you're worthy of everything good in life, and we know you deserve to be happy. But what is it that you want? And what is it that makes you happy? What is it that you want, and what is it that makes you happy? Because once you have that Rolodex of what it is that you want and that makes you happy, it's like nourishing a dormant seed. It's like planting that seed in a nutrient rich foundation of soil. Step one. And then we begin to nourish it with positive thoughts. Just even thinking about what we want. We begin to release the energy of that. And those thoughts, those seeds, those needs, those things that makes us happy are no longer dormant just by simply thinking on it. Just by putting the thought into our minds and daring to wish and hope and move towards it. Take time to do what makes your soul happy. Take time to do what makes your soul happy. And I believe that our spirits are innately loving, and they grow in light and love when we feed our bodies with what serves us, when we allow ourselves to fearlessly ask Creator and declare what it is that we want and what we need. When we say kind things to ourselves, and when we take loving actions towards ourselves, radically loving actions towards ourselves and towards others. That's what makes your soul happy. Authenticity of who you are makes your soul happy. Being able to say to yourself and to say it fearlessly what it is you need, what it is you want. I saw a body of research and a professional speak on it. I forgot the name of the speaker, but her body of research was devoted to measuring how many negative things a person says to themselves in a day. It's literally thousands of negative things we say to ourselves every day. We're real good at that. So, relatives, it might say strange to say loving things to yourself, but believe me, that's what the spirit needs. That's what we need, and that can expand. And if we want the spirit to be, if we want to stand in the presence and awareness of our spirit, every act, no matter how seemingly small, of self care and wellness will bring us to that presence. And we can grow in that light. And I will leave this with the last one for today. When you start taking care of yourself, you start feeling better. You start looking better. And you start to attract better. It all starts with you, with self-care. Honor who you are, because who you are is unlike anyone else who's ever been. And that is no mistake. Take a moment today to reflect on the extraordinary uniqueness of who you are and what you bring to this existence. And relatives, when you take that moment today, and if you're struggling, you're like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what I bring. I don't know what it is about me. I want you to know, if you're struggling with that it's okay, but that's not where we want to stay. So if you're struggling with that, moments and small steps of care will bring you to that realization. It may not happen tomorrow or the next day. It might take months, years, or even a lifetime of reminder. And what you can do is you can always go to deep breathing. You can always go to gratitude. Any action of self-care, nourishment, exercise, reflection. The possibilities are limitless. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Malama ponoi kokino. Take good care of your body. Aloha nui. Huge love to you all. Thank you all so much. Before we go, there is a link, a community link. It's a community survey. A link to this video. It's completely anonymous and asks just a few questions. And it helps us to understand how best to serve you, our relatives. And that's what we're passionate about at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are here for you. May your day be full of small moments and gems of self-care, positive self-talk, and enjoyment. Ahui ho'aku no. See you later, everyone. Aloha.